This next Need for Speed game is probably the best Need for Speed game. I gotta say, this is the best NASCAR game that I have ever played. Welcome into the lounge. Single player stay. I've got some more racing games. You guys love that video that I had put out. So I've got some more. These are, unfortunately, they're not backwards compatible, but they are fortunately on at least the PlayStation 3, so they're not console exclusive in that sense. So let's head on and get right into it. So for sixth place, we have a game called Pimp My Ride. It's certainly not my favorite, but it is definitely a unique game. It's a simulation and racing game developed by Eutechnics and published by Activision. It's released in December of 2006. The game's based on the popular MTV show of the same name. In this game, players team up to transform old rusty cars into stylish, customized rides worthy of showing off on the streets of Pimp City. Players are tasked with capturing the unique styles and preferences of their clients, redesigning cars from bumper to bumper. To fund these transformations, players can participate in various mini games such as Hot Steppin' and Ghost Riding the Whip, or by collecting cash tokens. The game also features competitive elements where players must outdo rival customizers to win, and despite its engaging premise, the game received mixed reviews, with criticism directed at its poor physics, lack of replay value, and repetitive gameplay. All right, guys, so I do agree that it has some repetitive gameplay and definitely a lack of replay value, but the poor physics, honestly, this game, it's not so much poor physics, it's just maybe unexpected physics. It's definitely more of the arcade style than simulation, because like you guys saw, being able to run into cars, and it's almost fun because that's how you can earn some coins to be able to use in the game. So there is that. Also, just overall, I think if you're a fan of arcade racing games, give it a shot. Also, if maybe you're not the best at racing games and you want to kind of jump into that category, I think this is a good place to start, especially if you like little mini games. So that's my thoughts on it, and let's head on and get into the next game. All right, guys, for fifth place, we have Need for Speed Most Wanted. It's released in 2012. It's an open world racing game developed by Criterion Games and published by Electronic Arts. This game is a reboot of the original 2005 title and is known for its high stake speed chases, intense police pursuits, and a vast open world to explore. In this game, the players aim to become the most wanted driver by competing in various races and challenges while evading the police. The game features a mix of simulation and arcade style gameplay, allowing players to drive a wide range of high performance vehicles. The open world design lets players choose their own paths to the finish line, adding a strategic element to the races compared to the 2005 version. Just some of the key features include customizations where players can modify their cars with various upgrades and visual enhancements. Also, there's a dynamic weather and day-night cycle, guys. It adds a realism and a variety to the racing experience. The game received generally favorable reviews for its fast-paced action, stunning graphics, and engaging multiplayer mode, though some critics noticed the lack of coherent storyline. And while I certainly agree that this game, it is not great at storytelling, it's still a great game in my opinion. There are some definitely positive qualities and improvements compared to the previous one, especially on the 360. But I mean, they're both great games. This one's just kind of undervalued, and that's why if you love racing games, just give this one a shot. It's not going to be disappointing, especially if you're not really there for the storyline. You're there more for the gameplay, and so that's where it is really with this one. And so for the next one is going to be Need for Speed Rivals. All right, guys, for fourth place, we have Need for Speed Rivals. It's an exhilarating racing game set in the open world environment of Redview County. Here, the intense rivalry between the street racers and law enforcement never stops. Players can choose to play as either a cop or racer, each with its own set of high-stakes challenges, rewards, and consequences. Some of the key features are the open world racing, obviously, where you explore Redview County's diverse landscapes, from bustling urban areas to scenic mountain roads. And also there's a dynamic weather system where you can experience weather changing conditions that affect the driving and your strategy. Also, there's customization where you can modify the cars with performance upgrades and visual enhancements to gain an edge over your rivals. And also the high-speed pursuits, they engage in thrilling chases using a variety of gadgets and technology to outsmart their opponents. Also, whether you're evading the cops or enforcing the law, Need for Speed Rivals delivers a high-octane experience that keeps you on the edge of your seat, guys. All right, guys. So I actually wish I had the Xbox One copy, but that's okay. This game's still great. It's actually better than Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, at least in my opinion, because of the open world and just other various factors with this game. So, and it seems kind of underrated. I never really hear anyone talk about this game. Maybe it's just, because it's from EA, but it's still a great game. And if you enjoy the racing aspect, whether it's from the street racing or the police side, I think you actually will enjoy this one. And for this next one coming up, I gotta say, this is the best NASCAR game that I have ever played. So that's going to be NASCAR Unleashed. I don't know if you guys have ever heard. I saw this in the store maybe a month ago, and I've been playing this. It's a lot of fun. So let's head on and get right into it. All right, guys, NASCAR Unleashed. It's an arcade-style racing game developed by Firebrand Games and it's published by Activision. It's released in November of 2011. This game allows players to experience high-speed racing action both on and off of some of NASCAR's most famous tracks. In NASCAR Unleashed, you can choose from 15 of NASCAR's biggest names, including Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Gordon. The game features 6 real-world locations, such as Chicagoland Speedway and Daytona International Speedway, along with a fictional track called Unleashed Speedway. Each location offers multiple layouts, providing a total of 12 different track configurations. The game emphasizes a more casual arcade racing experience, guys, with turbo boosts and off the track driving, making it accessible for being fun for all ages, guys. Also, whether you're racing on pavements, beaches, or off the road areas, NASCAR Unleashed delivers a thrilling and unchained stock car experience. And guys, I would absolutely agree with that. This game is awesome. Even if you're not a NASCAR fan, if you love just arcade racing, give this one a shot. It's a lot of fun. I mean, as you guys saw in the footage, you can't go wrong with this game. But if you're looking for a more realistic game, then let's go to the next one here. It's Need for Speed Shift. All right, guys, for second place, we have Need for Speed Shift. It's a racing simulation game developed by Slightly Mad Studios and published by Electronic Arts. It was released in September of 2009. This game marks a shift from arcade-style racing of previous Need for Speed titles to a more realistic and immersive driving experience. In Need for Speed Shift, players can drive over 60 high-performance cars. The game features a detailed in-car view, allowing players to see the driver changing gears and reacting to the intense racing action. The physics engine replicates real-world driving dynamics, making each car feel unique and responsive, guys, and this is so true. Also, Need for Speed Shift offers a visceral racing experience with authentic car handling, detailed crash events, and a variety of challenging tracks. It's perfect for racing enthusiasts looking for a more simulation-based approach to the Need for Speed series. And guys, I absolutely agree with that. This game's awesome, especially just the simulation aspect of how they're able to make each car feel different. It is so true about this game. And if you've checked out my other racing video, you've seen the second one, and I still think that the second one's better than this one, but this is still such a great game. If you haven't checked it out, I'll make sure to link it at the end of this video. And also, just so you guys are aware, I personally believe that this next Need for Speed game is probably the best Need for Speed game of all. I know I'm going to have some haters for this, but it's Need for Speed The Run. All right, guys. Need for Speed The Run is an action-packed racing game developed by EA Black Box and published by Electronic Arts, released in November of 2011. This game takes players on a thrilling cross-country race from San Francisco to New York. In Need for Speed The Run, you step into the shoes of Jack, a street racer who must win this high-stakes race to save his life. The game features over 300 kilometers of road, including urban streets, icy mountain passes, and narrow canyons, guys. Unlike previous titles, it incorporates quick time events where players must navigate on foot through certain sections. And guys, this isn't overdone, and I'm not a huge fan of quick time events, but I'm perfectly fine with this part. It's done quite well in my opinion. Also, it's powered by Frostbite 2 engine. The game delivers stunning visuals and realistic car physics. Then players can drive a wide variety of real world cars. The gameplay strikes a balance between arcade-style racing and simulation, offering a unique and immersive experience. With its gripping storyline, diverse environments, and intense racing action, Need for Speed The Run provides a memorable and exhilarating ride for racing enthusiasts. All right, guys, if you want to check out that other racing video I was talking about, just head on and check it out up here. And if you've already seen it, that's perfectly fine. I got another great one down here. I know you guys are going to love it. And if you want to head on and support the channel, it's completely free. Just head on and click right here. But until next time, you guys have fun playing single-player games.